God bless. Let's give an honor to God, who is the head of our lives, who brought us to safety. Okay, so God said, hey, this is a comeback season, okay? A season of restoration, okay? So God was like, hey, I gotta call you out of these different color weaves, okay? You gonna have to either wear black or nothing at all because that can't represent God. And he was like, I know some people do it, but it don't represent God. It represent being in the world or of the world. Okay. So I'm just like badgering with God, like what? In the spirit, I'm like, what? And so I just said, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go natural. I'm gonna go natural. If it's like that. So basically, my comeback season is God said I have to work on my wardrobe, and I have to be presentable to Christ. And I was like, oh my God. And so that's what I have to do. It's good in saying that you're a believer in Christ, but like I said, it takes time. But God, like, come on now, you got to do better now. And I'm like, what? So he was like, you got to stop. You got to look your age. And I'm just fussing with the spirit. I'm like, what do you mean I got to look my age? And he's like, okay, come on now. And then I'm looking at the Lord. I'm looking at God like, what? You know? And stuff like that. And he like, you can't be acting like you young all your life. And I'm just, I'm fussing back with the spirit like, what? And stuff like that. So God is calling me out. He's calling me out saying, okay, it's been long enough. You have to change your wardrobe. It's been long enough. You got to change your hair. You got to come out. This is a season where you got to come out. You can't stay the same. And so I'm just like wrestling with the Lord. I'm like, okay. So y'all may be seeing me natural for a while. Y'all may be seeing me with this black, weave or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But in everything that we do, we have to grow in Christ, period. We have to grow in Christ. We can't be the same. I can't be in no, like, I'm 44 years old. Mm-mm. So, we got to act our age, dress our age, and look our age. I know I don't look 44. I mean, dang, I said 44? 43. I know I don't look 43, but, um, we gotta walk like the Spirit of God. We can't walk like, we can't walk like the world. Because if I walk like the world, it's like saying, okay, then I'm doing the same thing the world does, and everything. We have to be set apart and we have to be different. So it was like God wrestling with me with a, and I'm like, God, like, really? You know? But then I understand the assignment, and stuff like that. If you are happy in your own skin and, you're okay with being just, you know, one of God's creation and beautifully made, there's nothing wrong with embracing the new you. Okay? So, and everything that you do, make sure that you are keeping God first, embracing the new you, loving on you, keeping the faith, and always be obedient to the Spirit. God bless.